Once upon a time, there lived a boy named Billy in a big, old house. Billy's parents were always away on business trips, so he was often home alone. One night, Billy's parents left for a long trip, and he was left home alone once again. Billy was excited to be home alone at first. He could stay up late, watch whatever he wanted on TV, and eat whatever he wanted. But as the night went on, Billy started to feel scared. He heard strange noises coming from all over the house. He saw shadows moving out of the corner of his eye, and he felt like he was being watched. Billy tried to ignore the strange things that were happening, but he couldn't shake the feeling that he was in danger. He decided to go to bed early, hoping that he would feel better in the morning. But as soon as he turned off the light, he heard a loud crash downstairs. Billy froze in fear. He didn't know what to do. He was too scared to get out of bed, but he couldn't just lie there and do nothing. He slowly got out of bed and crept to the door. He opened the door a crack and peered out into the hallway. The hallway was dark and silent. Billy couldn't see anything. He took a deep breath and stepped out into the hallway. He crept down the stairs, his heart pounding in his chest. When Billy reached the bottom of the stairs, he saw that the living room was a mess. The furniture was overturned, and broken glass was scattered all over the floor. Billy's stomach churned. He didn't know what had caused the mess, but he knew it was something bad. Billy turned to go back to his room, but then he heard a noise behind him. He turned around and saw a shadowy figure standing in the doorway. The figure was tall and thin, with long, bony fingers. Billy couldn't see its face, but he knew it was something evil. Billy let out a scream and turned to run, but before he could get away, the figure grabbed his arm. Billy tried to pull away, but the figure's grip was too strong. Billy tried to scream again, but no sound came out. The figure dragged Billy down the hallway and into the kitchen. Billy thrashed and kicked, but the figure didn't let go. The figure dragged Billy to the center of the kitchen and stopped. Billy looked up at the figure and saw its face for the first time. The figure had pale skin and sunken eyes. Its mouth was twisted into a cruel smile. Billy knew that this was the most evil thing he had ever seen. The figure opened its mouth and spoke in a raspy voice. "Welcome, Billy," it said. "I've been waiting for you." Billy didn't know what to say. He was too scared to speak. "Don't be afraid, Billy," the figure said. "I'm not going to hurt you. Not yet, anyway." The figure laughed a low, evil laugh. "I'm going to have some fun with you first," it said. The figure raised its hand, and Billy felt a strange sensation. He felt like he was being pulled in all directions at once. He tried to scream, but no sound came out. Billy's body started to change. His skin turned pale, and his eyes sunk into his head. His mouth twisted into a cruel smile. Billy had become one of the ghosts. The figure smiled at Billy. "Welcome to the family," it said. Billy was trapped in his own house, surrounded by ghosts and evil spirits. He couldn't escape, and he couldn't ask for help. He was doomed to spend the rest of his days in that haunted house. Billy's parents returned home from their business trip a few days later. They were shocked to find the house in a mess and Billy nowhere to be found. They searched the house high and low, but Billy was nowhere to be found. Billy's parents never saw him again. But some say that if you go to the old house on a dark and stormy night, you can hear Billy's laughter echoing through the halls.